Write the equation of the circle with a diameter that has endpoints 0, -1 and 0, 3. Leave the equation in standard form. So we're talking about the standard form of a circle. Let's start with that. So we have the center being h and k, and the radius being r. And what we're given is this information, 0, -1 and 0, 3. These are the endpoints of a diameter. So the circle goes around these, and the endpoint, let me see if I can sketch, not too bad. And it's a Monday, what's that all about? Anyway, we need to find the center and the radius. The center is right in the middle of the 2 points of the diameter, and the radius is the distance from that center to one of the diameters. These points are pretty easy to look at and tell the center, the midpoint, right in the middle, because 0 and 0, in between 0 and 0 is 0, and in between -1 and +3 is +1. So we can just look at this one. But in general, we want a tool that works, and that's the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula being the sum of the two x values divided by 2, and the sum of the two y values divided by 2 in a point. So in this case, it would be x1, 0, plus x2, 0, over 2, and y1 is -1, plus y2, which is 3, over 2, and we end up with 0, and 3 minus 1 is 2, so 2 over 2, which is 1. We now have the center. And because this point is so nice, we can see that from 0, 1 to 0, 3 is 2. We have r equals 2. But again, this is a really nice situation in general. We want a tool. So that would be the distance formula. So that would be normally d, but I can call it r, is the square root of x2 minus x1 quantity squared, plus y2 sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. And we would have x2 being, let's call the 0, 3, the x2, so we have the square root of 3 minus, and x1 is the x value. Oh wow, I did a y, didn't I? X, so I'm going to stick with this point, but it's not 3, it's 0. Sorry about that. 0, x2 minus x1 is 0. So we're using one point on the diameter, this top one, and the center, and finding the distance between them to get r. Y sub 2 is 3, minus y sub 1 is 1. And this is the square root of 0 squared plus 2 squared, which is the square root of 4, which is 2. So we now have the center and the radius, and we can form the equation that we're looking for. In standard form, x minus h would just be x minus 0 squared, plus y minus k is y minus 1 quantity squared, and r squared. So we simplify this to get x squared plus the quantity y minus 1 squared equals 4. This problem wouldn't take all the tools because it was so nice, but I wanted to review the tools for situations where those endpoints are not like vertical or horizontal of each other. You can still do this type of problem. Okay.